The world around us is ever changing. We are facing development challenges on a global scale. Today, 41 million out of 57 million deaths are attributable to non-communicable diseases. In the Philippines, 5 out of 10 families were deprived of basic education. The Philippines also ranked third in the top 10 countries with the most natural disasters. Women participation in the labor force is less than half at 48%, while male participation is at 77%. The United Nations identified and adopted 17 Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs to address the challenges faced by economies, societies, and the environment. We at ATRAM support the UN and the SDGs by launching the ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. The fund is designed to invest in Philippine companies that score high in terms of the integration of UN SDGs into their operations and strategy. Through this fund, we hope to encourage PSC-listed companies to integrate UN SDGs into their businesses. We must work together to make a world a better place. ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. Invest in a sustainable future together. Invest to thrive. Invest together. For more information, visit www.atram.com.ph.
Hello and good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of ATRAM webinar series, where we feature real stories from real investors that will definitely inspire and help you out with your investment journey. I am Jaja Monzon, Product Development Manager and your host for today. Tune in to our series of interviews and be inspired and find out why you should jumpstart your investment journey now. Before anything else, I'd like to let you know that this session will be recorded and that copies will be disseminated as well as posted on all our social media platforms. Also, please don't forget to visit our website at www.atram.com.ph for more detailed information of all the funds that we offer. If you have any friends who you think would like this session but are unable to attend, feel free to share the YouTube replay of this session by visiting our YouTube channel, ATRAM Studio. We would like to invite you to join ATRAM's official Viber community group, #ATRAMPH Community, to stay updated on the latest announcements, advisories, and reminders. Scan the QR code or visit the link and get a chance to win ATRAM merchandise. We encourage you to send your questions about ATRAM in the Q&A tab all throughout the webinar, as members of our ATRAM team will be more than happy to answer your questions. Also, we have a special surprise for all of you. Each question you send is a raffle entry for a chance to win ATRAM merchandise. Winners will be announced at the end of the webinar, so make sure to stay tuned until the end. We will also be sending a quick feedback survey after the webinar, so we do hope you can share your thoughts with us about our session today and how we can improve on our webinar series. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so we have here Alan. How are you today, Alan?
I'm good. Ma'am Jaja, okay naman po ako.
That's good to hear. So kindly introduce yourself first.
Okay, I'm Alan Santiago. I'm working as an OFW here in Singapore for 12 years na. So mostly, ang profession ko naman dito is a civil engineer. So we construct mga MRT projects. So yun ang ginagawa natin dito sa Singapore. Pero syempre, along the way naman, nakikita natin na hindi lang sapat lang yung pagiging OFW natin. So we need to do something na para mas gumanda pa yung buhay natin, hindi lang yung pagtatrabaho lang abroad. So we need to do yun nga, what we're doing now in ATRAM, we're doing investing na.
Wow! So talagang dinala mo na sa Singapore yung investing, no? So so since you're currently in Singapore, so based on your experience, kumusta naman yung pag-invest? I mean, our fellow OFWs there ba nag-i-invest din like you? Are you encouraging them? So what's the experience so far?
Experience so far, ang ano natin, ang pinaka-problema talaga ng mga OFW natin is, yun nga, nag-abroad para tayo ay guminhawa dapat ang buhay natin. But
Correct.
sadly, nagiging iba, mas nagiging utangero tayo pagka napupunta tayo sa abroad.
Okay,
So that's
okay.
the main problem na na-encounter ko as a OFW na tandaan natin, mas madali kasi tayong mangutang kaysa
Correct.
mag-invest. So that's the main hindrance po ng ating ng mga OFW talaga natin. Even though sabihin natin na maganda po ang sweldo, pero yung pagkakaroon talaga ng utang, which is, aminin ko po, last time I encouraged them to take a loan. Ganun ako dati. Kasi yung parang nakasanayan ko. Pero lately naman, afterwards, sabi ko na, ay, hindi pala ang pangungutang ang sagot para tayo sa ganitong sistema. At matuto tayo mag-invest ng tama. But, wala din sa ating kinabukasan natin, hindi yung utang galore tayo.
So parang you do away with the utang na and then you start thinking of investing na talaga.
Yes.
So it's really your money working for you. So how did you learn about ATRAM?
Okay, learning from ATRAM, ano siya, meron kasi kaming community na then they introduce, community, then they introduce about ATRAM, the seed box itself.
Okay,
So,
yes.
yung seed box. So, dati medyo hindrance pa ako sa seed box kasi nga hindi ako makapag-deposit ng pera because you're using online. Pero syempre nakaka-uwi naman tayo, then I open an account, then yun na, nakapag-start na ako mabuti investing to seed box.
Okay, so currently, anong mga products yung ini-investan mo or saan ka naka-invest sa ngayon?
Okay, so ngayon I'm
Using
using the seed box, I'm using the Alpha Opportunity.
Wow.
ATRAM Alpha Opportunity. Wow, it's a very good one.
It's the best performing fund right now.
Correct. I see in the portfolio, isa lang ang green. I tell you, isa lang ang green. Sa lahat ng mutual fund. Then, and I'm very happy when yung nga nag-open ng seed box, I see this global. Ang global nyo pa lang dati is global technology pa lang.
Yes.
Yeah, only the consumer is this 2020 lang yata. I think.
Correct.
So
consumer trends.
So I invest in technology, which is, wow, I tell you, very good one. Almost 100% is the gain happen.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%.
Congratulations.
Kaya nga, ang ganda nga, no? Sabi ko, maganda, kasi dito rin kasi sa Singapore, they exposing us na mag-trade nga global.
Correct.
Yeah, alam niyo naman, medyo advanced in Singapore. So, I hear it, so I try it in ATRAM. Sabi ko, wow, maganda pala ang global din kasi iba yung sistema ng global.
Ma-expose ka. You will be exposed to global equities, global markets. So,
correct. Yun ang kagandahan ng kakaroon ng global fund.
Okay, that's good to hear, no? So, parang well-versed ka na, so marami ka nang alam about investing. So, parang siguro we hope that you could educate, no, other OFWs there in Singapore to invest then for their future. So, ito naman, what's the worst advice you got in investing?
Worst advice I got in investing is yung utangin mo yung pag-i-invest mo. Yung gagamitin pang investment. That's the very worst one. Because, aminin ko, dati kasi ay nag-invest ako muna sa Forex. Then, that one is, ginamit ko ang aking credit card. So, yun.
Okay.
So, talagang, I tell you, yun ang talaga worst. Kasi, you expect na magigain ka. Pero yung pala pumasok ka sa market na pabaksak na. So, totally, your money will die.
So, yung interest dun sa credit card mo, hindi mo na nabayaran.
Hindi mo na nabayaran. Kumbaga, nadagdagan pa kasi nga, inutang mo. Yan. So, yan ang pinaka-worst talaga na magiging natin na advice na uutangin mo yung pang-invest mo. So, wag natin nang gagawin yun.
So, dapat pag nag-invest ka, it should be an extra money, yung hindi mo nagagamit, diba?
Extra money
dapat talaga. Yung natin. Okay. So, how about your investment journey? Kumusta naman from the start? So, paano ka nag-start? And then ngayon, how are you feeling right now that meron ka ng investment?
Okay, for investment journey natin, yun nga, from the start, syempre, pinag-aaralan muna natin yung mga pinapasok nating investment. Hindi naman natin, syempre, agad-agad na basta sinabi, basta na lang papapasok. Then, usually ako kasi I try muna. Kumbaga, yun nga, yung minimum amount muna. Maglalagay muna ka ng minimum amount, then pag-aaralan natin yung paano siya kumikilos talaga, kung paano gumagana yung ating mga investment. So, ganun ako magkaroon ng investment. Then yun nga, through ATRAM, nakita ko naman na maganda yung performance yung mga, even though nga, sabihin natin nag-pandemic, ito, di ba?
Yes.
Still, the performance is very good. Yun nga yung nakikita ko kay ATRAM, which is, marami talaga akong investment namin na monitor. Hindi lang naman po ito. Yun lang sinasabi natin. So, tinitingnan natin talaga, which is, I see, ATRAM is the, yun nga, nakita natin, number 1 pa rin, di ba? This, 2020, 2021, I think, you're doing the number 1 pa rin. Then yun nga,
Yes.
through my investment journey kay ATRAM, na-feature din ako dun sa, I think you're 8.8. Di ko alam kung anniversary nyo ba yun o what, ano yun, di naman Shopee yun eh. Basta na-feature din ako doon, yung sabihin mo, ano yung kagandahan ng pag-i-invest? When I tell them na, yung nga, through my investment, hopefully, yung nga gusto natin, hopefully, baka uwi rin tayo kaagad. As a OFW, yung nga, as a OFW naman, ang ating talagang plan din is makauwi naman kaagad. Which is nangyayari sa ating ibang OFW, dito na tumatanda, dito na nagiging senior, pag-uwi, wala namang pera. Inaano natin. So, yun nga, we encourage them to invest nga na, yun nga, mag-invest ng tama. Hindi lang basta mag-invest lang. Because, alam pa rin naman natin na yung merong mga investment na fly-by-night na mas kinakagat pa nila kaysa tong tamang investment natin.
So maganda nga yung practice mo, Alan, no? Because syempre ikaw ni-research mo talaga kung saan ka papasok. Kasi mostly napapasok tayo pag naano tayo sa scam, 'di ba? So ayaw na natin pag totoong investment na yung lumapit sa atin. So parang ganoon, 'di ba? That's actually a good practice.
Yun nga, minsan nga yung nga problema rin minsan pag totoong investment na yung pinapakita mo sa tao, sila pagalit sa'yo. Sabihin, ba't ang baba naman ng return? Sabi ko, it's okay lang yan. Ganyan talaga ang tamang investment. Kasi monitor tayo, hindi naman tayo basta-basta na lang nag-i-invest.
That's good, no? So, basically, we're so happy, no, that you're one happy investor. So, and then sinabi mo nga na makakauwi ka kaagad kasi there's another component pa from your sweldo. So, pwede ka, your money is working for you na.
Correct.
Dahil you have an investment, diba? And you have a very good story to tell to your future OFW or even your family, diba, na mag-invest din like you.
Tama. Kaya pagka gusto nilang umalis ng bansa, wala nang problema maging OFW po. Basta yun nga natin sinasabi, magkaroon tayo ng exit plan. Ang tinatawag natin, magkaroon tayo ng exit plan pag nag-OFW tayo. Hindi lang yung nag-OFW ako, hanggang doon na lang. Then, antayin mo na kung kailan ka pwedeng umuwi. Doon, gumawa tayo lagi ng plano. Yun nga, lagyan natin lagi ng plano yung pagiging OFW. Wag lang yung basta nakita lang natin malaki yung pera. Hanggang doon na lang. Matuto na tayo mag-invest. Yun yung ginagawa rin naman ng natin ng mga sa ating mga embassies. Meron mga ganun na rin po.
Nagtuturo, that's good. More on parang financial inclusion, parang ganon.
Financial inclusion natin. Tinuturo na rin po nila na yun nga, kailangan natin mag-invest ng tama. Parang nga po, hindi lang po tayo, kumbaga, stepping stone naman pagiging OFW para magkaroon tayo ng maayos na
start.
Pero is that an end goal naman po?
Okay, so what are your future plans? Ngayon, would you add more sa investment mo or gusto mo bang maghanap pa ng ibang product na pwede kang mag-invest? Kasi right now, naka-equities ka na, global ka na rin.
For now, yung nga po, nag-i-invest tayo muna sa, more on talagang paper asset muna ako. Yun nga, yung sa ATRAM natin, na mutual fund, saka UITF. Pinapalakas ko po muna yung ating paper asset. Then, siguro next step na, yung maybe magkaroon na tayo ng business kung kakayanin.
Yes, of course, no?
Yun ang plan naman natin na magkaroon tayo ng business. Pero yun nga, continuous pa rin, even though mayroon tayong business o kahit ano pa man, continuous tayo mag-i-invest kay ATRAM sa kanyang mga funds kasi nakikita naman po natin na talagang maganda yung ginagawa ng ATRAM sa mga funds ng nilalagyan niya. Especially nga tong sa mga, I think they will add more funds sa UITF.
Yes.
Ngayon ang pagkakarinig ko na they want to add more yung mga sustainable growth which is kailangan talaga natin ngayon dahil nga for it's a green
tama
economy.
ba?
Green economy. Yan. Yun yung balak ng ATRAM ngayon na more on mag-focus din naman. Which is tama naman kasi yung journey natin sa progress nagiging green na naman. Para yung port din natin maging green.
Correct.
Ah, yun na natin.
Okay, so Alan, no, we learned a lot today, and we would like to thank you for sharing your investment story with us. So, any last words to our future investors?
Last word, yung lagi kong sinasabi, pwede ba yun? Yung lagi kong sinasabi sa aking blog?
Go.
Okay. Lahat ng investment, lagyan natin ng presyo at pangalan para tayo ay ganahan. Yan.
Wow. Thank you
Kasi,
so much. Go ahead.
thank you. Yun po. Thank you rin po, Atram, sa pag-invite po sa akin dito sa ating investor stories po. And hopefully, yun nga, makapag-inspire po tayo ng ibang mga investor na mag-invest po more at maging maayos po yung kanilang pananalapi.
We have AR here with us. How are you today, AR?
Hi, Ja. Thank you very much for having me to be one of your speakers. And I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. And good morning to all of our viewers and listeners for today's episode.
We're glad to have you here. Kindly introduce yourself muna for our audience.
Sure. Well, my name is Ar Morelia. I'm currently working as an assistant manager in the BPO industry in Taguig City. Previously, I was also a financial advisor in one of the insurance company here in our country. So basically, I am also sharing my own personal experiences in terms of personal finance, saving and investing, also self-development through my YouTube channel, which is Priceless Experience. And just for everyone to know, I have known many years ago Atram and Seedbox since I also have an exposure in terms of investing. And I have been investing since 2014 to date.
Wow, so medyo matagal-tagal na. In that case, talagang you're savvy na when it comes to investing. Am I correct?
Well, I would say not really savvy, but I have a background in terms of the terms that we use, the
Mm-hmm.
volatility of the market and such. So I also do my own research and due diligence in terms of handling our money.
Okay. So with that, tell us about your investment journey with Atram, and of course, what motivated you first to invest? 'Cause that was in 2014, no?
Well, yeah, that's correct, Jaja. Well, with Atram, you can really engage and be confident that you have a partner in achieving your financial goals. People think that investing is really expensive, and nowadays, with a small amount of money, we can already start investing with Atram. Make it monthly or even a weekly routine. And the good thing about this is that Atram makes investing simple, even for a busy young adult like me. Even if you're always on the go, you can keep an eye on your investment online. And Atram, as my investment partner, I'm really confident that my portfolio will be taken care of. Investment journey with Atram is very easy and accessible, especially when they partnered with Gcash, specifically the G Invest platform. Although
Mm-hmm.
with G Invest, Atram has only 5 funds available. But if you want to know more about the different funds they have, you can visit their website, atram.com.ph, for more information. But if you're just starting out to invest, then I would highly recommend it, especially for those beginners in investing. And also, just to share what really motivated me to invest is that,
Yes.
I wanted to share that investing is really important, if not critical, to make our money work for you, or because we work hard for our money, and our
Correct.
money should work hard for us as well. So that's why investing is how you take charge of your financial security. It allows you to grow your wealth but also generate an additional income stream if needed ahead of retirement. So not investing or not doing it properly can mean a longer working life. So when taking investing seriously, especially today, the returns generated from your investment can really provide stability in the future.
Very well said. My gosh, ang galing mo. Okay, so having said that, so what fund are you invested in right now? Let's say in the Gcash platform. Kasi you said there's five, diba? So we have five there. Did you go for the conservative or dun ka na sa aggressive?
Yeah, as someone who has been exposed in
Mm-hmm.
the investing world, I am actually an aggressive type of investor. So
All right.
aside from the individual stocks that I currently invested in, I also invest with ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund. This is actually my favorite fund for ATRAM. And just a disclaimer, for ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, this is suitable only for investors who have, number one, an aggressive risk appetite, are
Correct.
comfortable with the volatility and risk of an equity fund because this is an equity type of fund, and have a long-term investment horizon. And if you are seeking to invest in global equity securities. So, you know what, the good thing about Atram Global Technology Feeder Fund, this is one of the top performing fund. Since it's been launched, it has been performing really
Very
well
well.
with a
Mm-hmm.
re- yeah, with a return of 39% in 2019. So, if you are not yet invested in this fund, I can share you why you should also invest in this fund. I'm sure the viewers or our listeners would want to know really what makes Atram Global Technology Feeder Fund different from all other funds in the industry, right? So,
Yes.
well, to answer the question would be Atram Global Technology Feeder Fund gives us the access to tech winners of tomorrow. So it emphasizes active management in the space, which is very
Correct.
critical for such a dynamic sector. And the fund also has a good balance between different subsectors in the industry, which gives us more balanced performance over a period of time. So, you know, why should we be investing in tech today? Do we really
Mm-hmm.
see a value in tech today, especially we are in the middle of pandemic?
Correct.
So, well, to answer that question would be the sector or the tech sector is very unique and that is able to penetrate into other areas of the industry. And aside from that, we are also seeing many innovations that change the way we interact, the way we
Mm-hmm.
work,
Yes.
and also the way we play, right, Ja? So
Yes.
there are also a good number of long-term drivers like the
Mm-hmm.
Internet of Things, electric vehicles, gaming, artificial intelligence, and
Yeah,
also
it's
biotech.
included there. Yes.
That's correct. And, but what it's true that the tech sectors run at a premium over other sectors. But I really believe that valuations are also justified. So no other sector can match the growth and disruption we are seeing in this space. And also, one reason why I'm also recommending this type of
Yeah, this
fund is
fun.
that,
Mm-hmm.
correct, the type of stocks the fund is invested in. Okay. So the good thing about this fund, it gives us a good balance with three main sectors within the industry. So namely software,
Mm-hmm.
hardware, and also semiconductors. So I'll give you an example. For companies like Google, Facebook, and Microsoft, that's for software. And for hardware, it has Apple and HP. And for semiconductors, these are Intel, Nvidia, and Qualcomm. So the reason why I emphasize the classification is because it's really important to be diversified across the three
Correct.
subsectors. Um, know that each will deliver different risk return profiles. For example, software companies are typically more growth oriented and tend to rally stronger in up markets, but can come down just as fast. And to balance it out, it is important to be invested in traditional tech, such as hardware and semiconductors, that gives us a bit more of a defensive position.
AR, I'm so happy with what you share with us. It means that you're really a happy investor of Atram. Kasi with the research that you did, so parang oh, parang galing niya talaga. So talagang you research kung ano yung ininvestan mo because that's actually number one, no? You should educate yourself and dapat hindi ka muna mag-plunge, 'di ba? Para kailangan you have to research first, you have to know kung ano yung pinapasok mo. So you did the basics, no?
That's
With investing. So with that, no, I have a question for you. So what's the worst advice you got in investing?
Well, right now on the top of my head, Ja, to be very
Mhm.
honest, the worst advice that I got when it comes to investing is if you're afraid of something, of the risk, that's actually the worst advice that I have received, especially when I was starting out. So
Mhm.
given the fact that you also mentioned that I did my research,
Mhm.
well, at the end of the day, we especially nowadays we see videos over the internet, we see news update as well. But it's our money at the end of the day. It's our
Correct. Hard
responsibility.
earned
So
money.
we should, yeah, we should be doing the due diligence, and also we need to research on something that we believe in as well.
That's good to hear, no? So I hope that you can really help more people or to educate them on how easy investing should be dapat, 'di ba? And to our future investors, talagang everything is andyan na eh. You have your phone, you can already invest, there's seed box. You don't have to go out, 'di ba, and fill up the form. So everything is just in the tip of your finger, 'di ba? Parang hala, pwede na pala ako mag-invest. I don't have to sign, I don't have to go to the bank or to wherever, no, para mag-invest. So it's very accessible, especially for our future investors.
And just to share, according to research, only 3% of Filipinos
Are
have investment
invested.
funds, and
Yes.
77% of Filipinos do not have a
Or
bank account.
unbanked.
Sad,
Unbanked, yes.
correct, correct. Sad to say, and also 55% of Filipinos do not have a retirement fund.
That's why right now we're so happy that there's a lot of investor stories that we can share, no, to our audience and they can jumpstart their investment. With that, AR, thank you so much for sharing with us your investment story. Any last words or any best advice naman that you can give to our future investors?
Well, the advice that I can give, especially to those who are just starting out,
Mm-hmm.
number one would be in charge of your future.
Maki, how are you today?
Hi, Ja. I'm doing fine. I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. So, can you please kindly introduce yourself?
Okay. So I'm Maki. I'm currently connected in a state university. Actually, I'm an assistant
Mm-hmm.
professor. I'm
Okay.
also a part-time financial advisor in one of the insurance company here in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And I also do some freelance audit and accounting sometimes.
Alright. So, medyo madami kang ginagawa. And you still have time
Yes.
to invest. So, speaking of investment, so, Maki, how did you learn or hear about ATRAM?
Actually, I heard about Atram when I was actually looking for another investment platform where I could actually start to invest in. No? I was actually searching
Mhm.
the YouTube when I saw actually the video of the famous Sir Rex Mendoza about the
Yes.
newest products of Gcash, which is G-Invest. With my curiosity, I watched the video and I became interested actually with G-Invest then. But before I actually started, I watched another video of Miss Nicole Alba
Mm-hmm.
about the step-by-step guide in opening G Invest account. And the rest is history until I joined a community which is the G Invest community, the sole community for G Invest, wherein I
Yes.
was assigned to be one of the moderators as well of that page. And then I even searched some profile and some
Mm-hmm.
background of Atram, wherein I saw some numerous recognitions of the company from famous establishments.
Yes, that's right. So, what funds are you invested in ATRAM or in G Invest? Are you
Actually,
more on the conservative or more on the aggressive?
Actually, Miss Ja, I started investing into the most conservative to
Okay, the
moderate
money
type of
market.
investment, no, which is actually the money market fund and
Mm-hmm.
the total return peso bond fund.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would like to see first the flow of the platform when I started and how it works. Then as days passes by, I quite became bored. I guess with the slow
Yeah.
returns of the
Yes.
of it. Then I started to invest into the third local fund of G Invest,
Uh-huh.
which is index fund, a smart index fund, no, which is
Yeah.
actually an aggressive type of investment. Then I saw some good returns as well, especially right now, no? We are still in the midst of pandemic, so the
Mm-hmm.
market is basically volatile, and the prices are going ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the best time actually to invest in the index fund. Until I saw as well the good returns in the global funds. So I started late June global funds. Actually, I
Mm-hmm.
started with Global Tech Feeder Fund,
Yeah.
and then
Mm-hmm.
later on, as
The
well with Global
consumer
Consumer
trends.
Trend Fund. Because I saw the potential of high returns, no? Since
Yeah.
we are being influenced now by the global market as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the same time, I get the chance to expose into US stocks. And also
Correct.
with the rapid advancement, no, of technology and the increasing number of purchases online. That's why
Okay.
I started with those funds.
So Maki, I can see that you're well versed na no in investment. So if ever, what funds would you recommend to this magsa-start pa lang mag-invest na clients or investors?
I guess in this particular matter, no, what can I
Mm-hmm.
advise to all people, especially for new investors, no? They first try to assess their financial goal. I think that's very
Mm-hmm.
important
Yes,
to
that's
know their
correct.
deepest why first, no? Why they need to invest, why they need to enter into this kind of investment, of what they really wanted to achieve in the
Mm-hmm.
future, or if they have the certain amount of goal that they would
Mm-hmm.
like to achieve, for example, no, in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, so that they can fully understand which fund actually suits for them. But
Correct.
if you're going to ask me for a specific fund and the G Invest, for me, no, as promising investment in G Invest, I would go for the aggressive funds, especially this time of pandemic, like what I said a while ago, particularly the index fund, in the local fund and global funds as well, no? Because of its potential higher returns that I can actually predict, no? And on the other side as well, the cons would be a higher possible loss, I guess, no? But
Correct.
that's actually normal for investment, no? Though some people are afraid to invest into this
Mm-hmm. To
kind of thing
try.
because they are afraid to lose, no, a big amount of money. But I guess that's the very essence of investment, no. If there is
Mm-hmm.
no that kind of situation, I think there's no thrill in the
Correct.
investment platform. And just be ready as well, no, for whatever outcomes.
Correct. So you went through talaga from the very conservative investment hanggang pumunta ka na sa pagiging aggressive. Kasi you already learn na the higher the risk, the higher the return.
Yes,
Diba?
yes. Mm-mm.
So Maki, since you're a moderator of the G Invest community, what are you currently doing? Are you promoting products there? How do you promote the products? Something like that.
Uh, Actually, we are a community we're in. We're not actually connected to ATRAM, no? At the same time,
Yes.
we're
Uh-huh.
not connected as well to GCash. It is
Mm-hmm.
just a voluntary organization we're in. We help investors, no, on how are they going to enter into
Mm-hmm.
some investment. We give investment tips, actually. The community is very active.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, majority of the members are advisors as well. I see some famous investment are practitioners as well who are helping us and answering the questions of the members. We're actually promoting the products of G Invest, and
Mm-hmm.
we tell them, no, the pros and cons of investing. At the same time, We teach them the conservative investments that
Mm-hmm.
they can actually enter there, the
Mm-hmm.
moderate, the aggressive, and then how are they going to grow their funds, no, in a certain period of time. So
So currently,
basically,
how
we give
many
in tips
members do
only.
you have? Sorry.
At the
Currently, how
moment,
many
we are
members do you
yes.
have?
Currently, we are nearly 50,000. The
Wow,
last
that's a
time that
lot.
I checked 4,000. I guess at the moment we are already on the 45 or 46,000. So it's an increasing number. Actually, it all started
Mm-hmm.
by Brenda. Brenda is actually our
Mm-hmm.
head in the team. And then I was just a member before, and then I was just sharing some of my thoughts about investment. Then when Brenda sent me a message and
Mm-hmm.
invited me if I could be one of the moderators. So we've been helping a lot of new investors already in their investments.
That's good to hear, you know, kasi dito sa Philippines talagang medyo conservative pa yung mga tao, 'di ba? So, when you say investment, talagang takot sila mag-try. So, it's good to
Yes.
know that there are people there helping talaga the community, 'di ba, to learn about investing. So, it would be another income stream for you, 'di ba? So you
Yes.
don't just rely on your regular paycheck. So there's another component that helps you.
That's it. No, when actually the pandemic started, I saw the clamor of the people, no, to invest
Mhm.
actually in this platform. And at the same time, people now are very financially conscious, I guess. They become more financially literate about
Mhm.
their money. They would like to increase further their money and to grow more. That's why they are looking for some platforms that they can that would actually help them, no, for this
Mhm.
kind of concern or problem of them.
Okay, so I really hope that you can help more people, educate them on how easy investing should be. So hindi siya yung mahirap, no? Kasi usually yun yung kinakatakutan nila that they might lose their money, parang ganun, or is it a scam? Para iwas scam, 'di ba? So they should be more educated on the investing aspect. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Actually, that's very important, especially nowadays. There are a lot of scammers that are coming in
Mm-mm.
and out, no? Especially if they would be uh, encouraging you to invest to them for a higher
Mm-hmm.
return for a short period
Correct.
of time. Actually, I always tell them to research first because
Correct.
that's very important. Okay, before they
So
would
parang
try
don't
it.
invest if you are not familiar with it. Parang ganon, 'di ba?
Yes,
Kasi pag
absolutely.
napaso sila, mas lalo silang matatakot mag-invest na ulit.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
parang yun na yung
Precisely.
nangyayari, 'di ba? So we just really need to help educate them on how investing works, parang ganon, 'di ba? And syempre yung simpleng inflation, na let's say yung 1,000 mo ngayon, 'pag binili mo siya meron kang sabihin natin may dalawang apple ka na nabili, in 2020 yung 1,000 mo isang apple na lang yung mabibili mo. So, parang
Yes.
something
In
like
fact,
that, no, as
in the
simple as
recent
that.
news, no,
Mhm.
if you saw the recent news, actually just
Yeah.
last few days, we have the highest inflation this month,
O,
no,
'di
which is
ba?
I think
Oh,
4.9%. So imagine
correct.
that if what you are if you're investing into something that would give you a lower than 4.9%, so in
Lugi
that
ka.
case you already lose there. So you
Correct.
have to
That's
think of
correct.
something that would be higher than 4.9. Mm-mm.
Yes, para mas mataas yung value ng pera mo.
Yes.
Okay. So, Maki, any parting words? What advice would you give dun sa mga natatakot pa mag-invest? Kasi I'm sure madami pa.
Yes. To our future investors, no, to our future investors, these are the advices that I could actually give to them, no. The first one, maybe they can invest in investment knowledge through social media, like YouTube, no. We can like what I did, no. When I'm looking for an investment platform, so I founded out G Invest, no. I've watched some videos of some famous people okay, who are actually using G-Invest, I invested to it, no, for free. Facebook
Mm-hmm.
as well, no. There are a lot of Facebook financial experts who are actually sharing their
Correct.
thoughts about investment. Or if you are not into social media, you can actually read books. No, there are a lot of financial, personal finance books. No, that they can actually, or e-books that they can download online, where almost all the things that they want to know about investment is actually there. Uh, Second, I guess, no, if you are going to invest, you must have what they call hugot. I guess that's the
Yes.
thing that I would like, no. There is an hugot when you are investing, meaning you must answer the question, what is your deepest why or your motivation, I guess, no, why
Yep.
you are investing, because that would help you out, no, to know where you are coming from. At the same time, where do you want to go, no, in your investment, or simply, I guess, what is your financial goal? You must identify your
Yes.
financial goal. Third, I guess it's better to know your risk appetite. Since a while ago we were talking about the different types of investors, no, what kind of investor you are. Are you the
Mm-hmm.
type that is conservative, meaning you just wanted a low return but a
Mm-hmm.
low risk? On the other hand, the moderate type or aggressive type, no? At the same time, you must answer the question, how much risk of loss, if ever, are you willing to absorb?
Yeah.
Especially right now, no, we are like what I said a while ago, still in the midst of pandemic. It's been more than 1 year, so the
Yeah.
market goes up and down. So can
Mm-hmm.
you accept the for example, you will lose a big amount of money? Can you absorb that? No, is that okay with you? So you must answer that as well. Investigate before you invest, like what you have said a while ago, Jan. No? Know
Mm-hmm.
what you are entering to. Do not be influenced by the others na, ay, maganda yan, maganda to. No? You must invest to this one. I've tried it already. I think you must know it by yourself,
Correct.
experience it on your own,
Correct.
okay? So that you will know, really, no, if that's really okay with you, because it may be good for the others, but not
Correct.
okay for you, because you have different point of view about investment.
Correct.
Do not be afraid to invest unless you try it, because like what
That's
you have
true.
said a while ago, no, there are a lot of people nowadays, though I've mentioned already that people nowadays are financially conscious, but there's still a
Mm-hmm.
lot who are still afraid to enter the financial market. So I think they must try it, take the risk, no, as long as you have this financial goal. And lastly, last advice that I could give them is they can also try the investment strategy of money cost averaging, wherein they can actually put money regularly. They can set a time. No, in fact, I think G Invest have this announcement, or it's like an alarm clock, wherein every month you can be
Mm-hmm.
reminded by G Invest that, oh, today you're going to have your investment day, wherein you have to put money in G Invest. So actually, that's one example of money cost averaging, wherein you can put your money regularly.
Okay, so we learned a lot today, about Maki's experience or investment story. So really, it boils down to financial literacy, or you have to educate yourself on investing, your financial goal, your risk appetite, kung kaya mo ba to. Kasi us Filipinos, talagang takot tayo, no? We need to see the result first before we test the waters, parang ganon. So, and the best thing that he said is the cost averaging. It just means that you should be consistent with your investment. So, Maki, thank you so much for sharing your investment story with us. We learned a lot
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ja, and the rest of the ATRAM team, no, for inviting me at the same time. I hope our investors learn something, no, from our advices that we have shared today.
Hello, Nats. How are you?
Hi, Judge. I'm good. Kamusta ka?
I'm good. Also, thank you for asking. Kindly introduce yourself.
Basically, Jaja, I have a day work. I work in
Okay.
a higher education institution outside of
Mm-hmm.
Manila.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh yes. Personal finance is a passion of mine. I'm not
Mhm.
really related to any finance work, no. Pero
Okay.
yan, it's my advocacy.
That's good to hear, no? Kasi ngayon parang dumadami na yung mga financial gurus natin. So it really helps out kasi ngayon talagang puro na tayo online, ganyan. So I just would like to ask Nats, no? So how did you hear about ATRAM or how did you start your investment journey?
To the second question, doon muna ako sa second
Mhm.
question.
Go ahead.
Basically, I started investing in 2007,
Okay.
buying my own insurance, then building
Mhm.
my slowly building my finances by doing mainstream business, but
Mhm.
eventually failing.
Mhm.
So again, I stick with my job, and later on, I realized the value of investing by way of equities and bonds, money market.
Mhm.
Then during the pandemic, ATRAM found me through the web.
Wow.
I mean,
That's good to
I
hear.
received numerous ads in my email and in
Mhm.
social media about ATRAM or ATRAM,
Mhm.
and I studied about it because I'm holding individual
Stocks.
stocks, no, using
Oh, okay.
a stock brokerage platform. And then I saw ATRAM being one of the first pioneer standalone investment
That's
firm in the
correct.
country. Siyempre, saan ka ba magtitiwala? Di siyempre doon sa ano, sa
Thank,
nauna at sa merong reputation.
thank you so much for that. So, parang yung journey mo pala, you really started as an equities guy. Parang doon ka talaga nag-start. Kasi nag-start ka stocks eh, no?
Yes. I started with equities. Actually, hindi nga yung mga nasa index ang sinusundan ko dati because ang aking risk profile ay very
Mas
aggressive.
mataas. Oo, sobrang
So I I
aggressive.
I I opted to invest on ano, yung mga hindi man high flying but those with high
Aha.
potentials for growth.
Yes,
And
of course.
I paid the consequences later on.
Ganun talaga. There always
Oo,
lesson learned, you know, kahit saan ka naman
correct,
pumunta, di
correct,
ba?
correct.
Okay. So your investment journey really started from equity. So right now, since you invested in Atram, no? So what products are you invested in and saang platform ka naka-invest ngayon?
Yun nga, at the start nga, I'm using a brokerage
Mhm.
platform.
Uh-uh.
Um, I had a hard time of balancing my portfolio eh. So I
Mhm.
decided to invest in una nga the mutual fund. Then later
Mm.
on came Gcash and G-Invest.
Oh, oo.
So ba't ka pa magpapakahirap sa mga pag-rebalancing?
Correct.
At
Oo.
pag-study ng market, may day job ako. So I realized it would be good for me to stick with a fund manager whom I trust.
Yes,
And
let the
that's Atrium.
professionals do it na lang for you. So para ikaw,
Uh,
sit back ka na lang, 'di ba? And wait for your
correct.
money to grow.
May bayad,
Correct.
mayroong management fee, but that's what you get for having the peace of mind, di ba, Jaja? Tapos
Exactly.
wala ka nang ginagawa
Oo.
kundi wait for the correct time
Yes.
to what you call that, harvest what you sow, di
Yes,
ba?
oo.
So sa GCash ako nagsimula sa G-Invest, started
Mhm.
with money market, then in 2019 a lot of Atram products were introduced,
Oo.
no? So I invested in all of them in
Wow,
G-Invest.
so 5 'yon. You
Yes,
invested.
because but
Wow.
with ano, of course 60-40, 60 sa
Mm.
equities, 40 sa bonds and money market, so
Oo.
that I will have a hedge, no?
Mhm.
Then came seed box, no, na-encounter ko yung seed box,
Oo.
so I was not contented with G-Invest.
G-invest.
Actually, I invested in the same the same
Product.
asset class
Okay,
in
asset class.
G-Invest into two seedbacks, no? So tinuloy ko lang kasi syempre minsan marami kang mga pangamba rin, pero
Mm.
at least sa seedbacks meron talagang parang you have the feeling of security. Bago kasi ako nakapasok sa seedbacks, ang daming security
Oo.
measures na tayo I have to
They have to
fulfill.
verify, diba? Oo,
Yeah.
yes. May
So,
verification.
ayun, dalawa yung inahawakan kong platform sa G-Invest and sa Seedbox. And as I have mentioned, I invested in them all. Doon sa
Wow.
sa GCash.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So talagang from conservative, tapos may more ka ng moderate, tapos global ka na ngayon kasi sa G-Invest, we have global funds there.
Yeah, particularly the ATRAM or the ATRAM Global Financial Feeder
Yes.
Fund.
So
Yeah, that's the
nakaparticipate ka na sa global. So if I may ask, no, since you're invested na, so what's the worst advice that you got nung nag-i-invest ka na or prior to investing?
worst advice.
Yes, oo.
Invest in this asset class because it's up now. Even though I do not know the investment portfolio. Yun siguro yung
Mm.
pinaka-worst dahil it's the in thing.
Oo,
Pasok ka lang.
sumunod ka. Oo.
Ayokong banggitin pero cryptocurrency kasi yung sinasabi ko. So,
Ah,
those who
okay.
jump into cryptocurrency, well, I respect them pero ako kasi mainstream ako.
Okay, so it's really better, no, na before you parang plunge sa any investment, dapat may konting research ka, magtanong-tanong ka. So parang it's more on
Oo.
educating ourselves, no?
Because it's your money It's your
Yes,
hard-earned money.
hard-earned money talaga siya. Kaya
Oo.
maganda rin yung na it's your money working for you.
Correct. That's my principle in life. Soon, I would like my money to be working for me, not the other way around, Jaja.
Correct, correct. So parang madami ka ring stream of incomes, 'di ba? So not just
Correct.
your day job, so meron pa nagwo-work on the side.
Correct.
Okay. So anything that you would give or the best advice? Syempre na-receive mo na yung worst advice, hindi mo na ibibigay 'yon, 'di ba? So what's the best advice you can give to our future investors naman?
But Jaja, the total opposite, no?
Mhm.
Know everything about what you are investing in.
Correct.
Don't just jump in because people are jumping in. You have
Mhm.
to hindi lang basta bird's eye view of the asset class or
Correct.
investment that you will make, but you really have to make a deep dive on the asset class, on the investment kasi it's your money nga no?
Yes.
Malaking mawawala sa'yo kapag hindi mo pinag-aralan. Although that's the good thing about ATRAM, no?
Mhm.
These things are studied by ATRAM before they invest in that,
Yes.
particularly the feeder funds,
Oo.
no? I'm a fan of feeder funds kasi yung mga mini-mirror ng ATRAM na investment portfolios are handled by investment managers who are well known.
Correct. Oo.
Fidelity, 'di ba?
Yes.
So you are rest assured that number one, your money is safe.
Correct.
Second, that your money will grow.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of your time horizon, Jaja.
Correct. Your goal, yes. Your goal in life. Siyempre,
Yes.
ganun talaga. Kasi pag may goal ka, talagang gagawin mo lahat, diba?
Of course. Kaya pag-aralan mabuti bago pasukin ng kahit anumang investment. Yan man ay mainstream investment or like what I'm doing, paper asset investment, you have to
Mhm.
study everything, actually
Yes.
everything, no? And trusting a fund manager that been there for a long time like ATRAM. Hindi kami bayad dito pero talagang I'm recommending ATRAM kasi talagang it works
Because
for
you
me.
experience it already.
Ah,
So,
yeah.
you know.
And it
Oo.
works for me. Yun lang yun.
Oo. Kasi as Filipinos, parang kailangan may experience muna nung isa, 'di ba? Bago ako, sige, so kumusta? Gaganon siya, 'di ba? So,
Correct.
okay. So kaya tsaka siya papasok pa lang. Parang hindi siya nag-ride dun sa growth.
Correct.
Parang gano'n.
I agree, Jaja.
Okay, so I'm so happy that you're one happy investor of Atram, and also you encourage, syempre, how do you encourage your family or your families or your friends to invest? So paano mo sila ini-encourage to do what you're doing right now?
By example.
Correct.
Simply by example. You cannot teach this by words. You have to show them that you're doing this. No? The gains would not be right there right
Mm-hmm.
right now, but in the future we will find out, no, that investing in a UITF or in a mutual
Mm-hmm.
fund using a dependable fund manager would give you the best results that you are looking for. Yun yung sa akin.
Okay, so thank you so much, Nats, no, for sharing your investment story with
You're
us.
welcome, Jaja.
We really learned a lot today. So, any last words?
Oh, well, grow your wealth and invest more.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it, really.
Thank you to ATRAM and thank you to you, Jaja.
Once again, thank you, Alan, AR, Maki, and Nats for that very inspiring conversation. We learned a lot today. And of course, thank you to our audience. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today. So, if you have similar success stories, feel free to send us a message as we will have another run of ATRAM investor stories as what these four investors we interviewed shared to us. Also, please stay tuned to find out if you're a winner in today's raffle. So ATRAM has a wide range of investment products, and our capabilities span across several asset classes meant to service the different investment objectives of each individual. Here at ATRAM, we have the right funds that would match your goals and corresponding risk profile. For more detailed information about all the funds that we offer, you may visit our website www.atram.com.ph. Again, thank you very much for your time. So for GCash naman, you can start investing for a minimum of 50 pesos for local funds and 1,000 for global funds. With that, I'm sure you guys are interested to learn about how to invest in ATRAM funds. Please tune in to know more.
Hello. To open an account with ATRAM, just visit our website at www.atram.com.ph. Here, you can learn more about all the funds and services that we offer. Our site will then guide you to our online investment platform, Seedbox, where you can start investing for just 1,000 pesos. But if you have more questions, visit the website's Frequently Asked Questions page or ATRAM Academy page. Thank you.
Okay, so there you go again. If you have any further questions or you would like to learn more about ATRAM, please visit our website www.atram.com.ph. So in case you have not registered yet for our webinar next week, you may do so by scanning the QR code, or you may also type in the link found on the left side of your screen. Again, if you have any friends who you would like this webinar but are unable to attend, feel free to share the YouTube replay of this session. Visit our YouTube channel, ATRAM Studio. We also would like to invite you to join ATRAM's official Viber community group, #ATRAM Community, ATRAM PH Community, to stay updated on the latest announcements, advisories, and reminders. Scan the QR code or visit the link found on your screen and get a chance to win ATRAM merchandise. Okay, thank you for attending our webinar. We shall forward your question to the investors featured. Lastly, please answer the survey at the end of the webinar. We would love to know your thoughts. On behalf of everyone at ATRAM, thank you again for your attendance and participation. You have a great day ahead.